Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. We have the H3 Baby H corrected. It's time to protect it. We did a two-step correction, and before we did that, we did some spot correction, we did some wet sanding, we did some rotary work, and corrections on either side of it as well. So this thing needs to be washed before we protect it. So bear with me, I'm going to quick wash this thing. Get all the fibers from the wool pads from the rotary and the correction dust and abrasive dust off of here, and then we'll start to protect this. We do need to fill in some rock chips before that as well. Now, we have to do just a little bit of touch-up. Before we do that, I'm going to hit it with a panel prep. This is just fine. CMX surface prep works just fine. Ensure that you have all your polish oils off the surface before protection. We get a nice bond with the coating. Squeaky clean surface. Go around and do the whole vehicle. We do have some rock chips that we'd like to fill. Well, more than just some, pretty many. So let me take care of these little chippies here, and then we'll get to the coating. Time for the coating, and I don't think I've had this on the channel, so let's feature this one on the channel. This is the DIY 8-year ceramic coating. Let's see what the user experience is for this one. Prime this pad. Put it on thick. Ceramic coatings are thin to begin with, so you want to get it on there as thick as possible. You could do it in straight lines if you want to, straight linear lines. If you're not comfortable applying a coating, crisscross and make sure you have even coverage. So it's going on nice enough. Let's see, does this give you an oil slick, a sweating? It's sweating, and I have a rainbow effect, so it does both. See that? Now let's grab our first towel, wipe it off. Ooh, that comes off nice and easy. I can immediately feel the slickness. All right, let's come in with the second one and buff to perfection. Yeah, that's easy enough to use. It's funny, I get asked why in every single video I don't use and showcase the blue collar line. And yeah, the perfect salesman should, but I always had security enough in myself and my coatings to know that they're absolutely fantastic, and I didn't have to feature them in every video. I could feel comfortable featuring other products. And now that I don't have that responsibility, I don't have the BC line anymore, I even have more freedom to show more products, which is what the viewers ask for. They want to see other products and what I have to say about them. And I have no problem with that. It's actually how I got the BC line started, testing all these products. I continue to do so. Just did so off camera. I gotta tell you, this is a very nice coating to use, a great user experience. Cheers to Ivan. He has a nice coating here. Very slick under the towel now where I have it done. Beautiful gloss so far. I like it. How about I get you a close-up of the application process? Look at that. Get that on there thick. Don't worry. It's more where that came from. Take it across the front here. Get it in that lip. Crisscross. See that? And then we're starting to see that kind of sweaty, oil slick look to it. See that? And wiping it off, look how easy that is. Back in the day, years ago, when these longer term coatings came out, they were so hard to work with, so hard to wipe off. Now, you guys already know how I feel about coatings that are advertised over 5 years. Not going to happen. I don't care who makes it or who it is. But this is definitely a longer term coating, and I sure like working with it so far. If you've used this, let us know down in the comments section your experience with it and how it's holding up so far. And I will continue on. The plastic trim is going to have a video of its own, because we're going to find different products that can restore these. The plastic trim on here is absolutely terrible, but you would use this on the plastic trim. This is going to get blacked out, or you'd be able to use it on chrome, stainless steel, polished aluminum. The headlights are going to get blacked out too. They're going to get tinted, so we're not going to coat these. I'm going to Kevlar liner the bottom portions and some other portions, but you would definitely use this on every hard surface, including wheels and glass. Headlights and taillights. Get the wheels. And these are not easy wheels to coat. They have a hell of an intricate design to them. So we just do the best we can to get the surface protected. Look at that. That looks fantastic compared to what it looked like when we brought it in. Look at the reflection on that now. That paint was toast. Up here, faded, no reflection whatsoever. And now like a black mirror. And the gloss and depth and reflection will only increase as we let the coating cure. Good stuff, DIY, good stuff. All right, that's going to be it for this video. With the proper prep, as we did, and the proper maintenance, I'm sure this coating is going to last a long time. I would be disappointed if it didn't. Looks great so far, and I'm going to have this for a little while. The QX60 Infinity, that's gone. The Corvette is sold. Both Infinity QX80s are sold. So I'm down to Big H, Little H, Big Stinky, the diesel, the trailer, and oh my God, it's hard to keep track. Let's just say it's time to bring some more cars in. We do have 2 projects with these 2 that we're going to get done with first, and then we'll move on and have some more fun. I appreciate each and every one of you that tune in for the videos. If they are inspiring or help in any way, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit the notification bell. That'll let you know when we have new content available. But this is Brian, and we'll catch you in the next video.